What else has happened this week that's any...
Quiet on the set.
Graduation's coming.
Quiet on the set. Here we
Next
go.
weekend for my son.
The same old story that I heard yesterday. Yeah, goes the headline. They all just go to play. They're afraid that fixed and breaking. You know they're all just spam. So go down, go right in. It claws its way under your skin. Just got out from the things they spy. And you should give me that good news. Because I'm tired of the same old shit.
Good news. You can't have coffee without the sweet grounds. Of course, Uncle Pete, he lives on that, so we got to give it to them. The most unique show here on 216 The Net. Join us. Click the link and hop in. Be part of the show. Be part of the conversation. Pull up a chair. Jump on in. You got Triple G, Giles, Galt, and the Grounds. Brought to you today by who?
Let's go with Fantasy Factory.
Fantasy Factory. Give us a commercial for Fantasy Factory.
Oh, no, that's all you. How am I supposed to commercialize it? I'll go the wrong direction real quickly on a Friday.
That's real quick. Yeah, you know what? Fantasy Factory right here in McHenry, right across from the library. They will, and it's Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day, yeah.
This place will bring all of Mom's fantasies and dreams to reality. Stop on in. They will walk you through, teach you anything that needs to be taught on anything, on how to enhance your relationship. They are relationship enhancers over at the Fantasy Factory. You want to check them out at www.fantasyfactorymchenryil.com.
Yep.
Or call
815-385-7299. And then we are having a special this week for Mother's Day. So 10% off anything in the stores, and then CBD bath products to allow them to relax and unwind. And they should have more than one day a year for sure. But since Sunday is their day, make sure that you guys go out there and get them something nice, whether it's from me or just somebody else. Shop a small business, give back to the community, give to Mom. And, if your mom's not around, hug someone else's mom. Let them know they're appreciated, because they are. Because without them, we would not be here.
We would not be here. So check them out, Fantasy Factory. They are the sponsors for today, and we appreciate them. So,
probably not. We wouldn't.
Today,
we wouldn't be here appreciating anything if it wasn't for them.
Not. Yeah,
I mean, Dad's got a small role in it, but
that's right. So today, intuition and decisions.
So there you go.
Well, that definitely falls into the Mother's Day thing with intuition, because it's always a mother's intuition that seems to put us in good, I don't want to say good standings, but, kind of in a safer place, right? Mom always says, I just had an intuition, or, I just had a feeling, a gut feeling that you need to do this.
Yeah, a feeling or a thought or, Yeah.
I mean, I hear that all the time, especially from my wife. She's like, I've got a gut feeling. She doesn't necessarily say intuition, but she's just in my gut is telling me this. And, it's, I think a lot more people should actually listen to their guts, when it comes to making decisions, because they both kind of work hand in hand, really. I mean, you're kind of getting an idea, that gut feeling, and then making the decision off of that gut feeling.
You are. And good morning, Don. How you doing up there? And good morning, Lisa.
Yeah,
and Lisa says, crap. I should finish that. She didn't.
Yeah, crap.
Crap.
I was going to come in and didn't get up in time. Well, there you go.
Don't have to be in. Join the stream.
You can join the stream. You can click the little button there. Click that link, copy it, paste it, and jump on in, turn your mic on, turn your camera on, and join the broadcast.
Hang out
Be
with
part
us.
of it. Hang out with us.
Because today's sweet nectar is Death Wish Coffee.
It is.
Our friends from hashtag Death Wish Coffee.
Death Wish Coffee.
I should probably turn this around because they're not sponsoring us.
Is that a decision to drink Death Wish Coffee or an intuition?
It's a decision. And we're actually with Death Wish Coffee was brought to us by Lisa. Lisa's Changing Perceptions. Usually Sundays at 9 a.m. But this week, catch a very special episode. Thank you very, very much to Lisa and Kent for doing that. On Saturday at 11 a.m. Is that correct?
Yes.
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 Okay.
11.
All right. 11.
Of course, Lisa, you don't have to use your camera. We can just you can get in and we can hear your beautiful voice.
There you go. Yeah, just a
So
little
you
bit of
just
something.
hit that
something.
link. Hit that link and join in.
So,
Yeah.
Pete, with you, learning to study the dictionary, not read the dictionary. What is the definition of intuition, and how does that fit into our everydays, if you will?
Well, we actually, I think, talked about that a little bit last week. In fact, Kent even read the definition for us last week on intuition.
I must have been sleeping on that definition.
It was an innate knowing without prior education.
Yeah.
Is essentially what intuition is. And intuition to me comes in the form of how something makes me feel, not necessarily always knowing, or it comes to the form of a hypothesis that you can do within yourself. Although hypothesis is more of a scientific term. But intuition, how something is making me feel as I go into it, or as I'm about to walk into a situation or about to deal with something. And generally, if I feel pretty good about something, then I know it's going to be all right. If I'm feeling a little apprehensive or a little tense, I'm probably going to have to be very, very mindful of everything that's going on and everything that's being said. Be watching, be a little bit more alert and a little bit more aware than I usually would be if I'm just feeling good, relaxed, and calm. And my decision processes are then born out of how I feel a lot, born out of feeling a lot.
I think any decision comes out of how you feel.
I make a lot of decisions based on my feelings, not necessarily emotions, but how I actually feel.
Nothing more.
That.
So your decision comes out of how you feel that day.
Yeah, internally, about not necessarily that day, but around the situation, but an actual internal physical feeling,
like a gut feeling.
Yeah, sort of. So Lisa says your intuition is a gut knowing, not always based on evidence. Correct. Nicole Elizabeth, good morning. How you doing there? So that's what the intuition means to me. And now, of course, decision processes are also based on your knowledge. And we talked about knowledge versus wisdom last week. And wisdom and your experience that's gained through knowledge and the actual doing of things and application of what you learn. So there's that in the decision-making process too.
As you said, there's a lot of different factors for me in decision-making. I mean, it's day, time, place, obviously, emotional state.
Yeah.
I
don't know about intuition, if it really falls. I never really thought about that one.
You're a business guy. So if we go with your gut knowing, it's not always based on evidence. I mean, in your businesses, you've made those intuition calls or decisions or judgments or whatever you would call
I mean, and that's,
Good evening, Gary.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good evening, Gary. I do fly a lot from my gut.
Yeah.
So I guess it would be
you got good
intuition or put more in. I don't know if it would be intuition. It'd be more instinctual for me. Well, I think is that they fall similar in.
I think that falls similarly together because instinct and intuition is, again, an innate knowing without prior knowledge of. So instinctively, you may act a certain way where that boils down to the very basic human core of fight or flight, which could also be very, very much intuitive. I'm looking at this situation that's coming my way. Do I need to run, or am I okay to stand and fight it out? So that's, to me, they're very similar, but also there are things that our bodies are built to do, like actual functions, such as breathing and the heartbeat and all that. That's, to me, not instinct. That's just a core biological function.
Well, that's unconscious. That's unconscious. Yeah. That's something we don't think about all the time. But for me, when you say with the businesses, I definitely come down more to instinctual, and it is knowledge based. On the things that I've seen, heard, talked about. I'm a fly by the seat of the pants type of guy in a lot of respects. I'm a do it now and ask for forgiveness later type of guy. I mean,
that's good intuition, I think.
Right? You think that's
mean,
intuition? Because I do a lot of things that like I said, I'd rather ask for forgiveness to a certain point than, permission, because when I get an idea, or I want to do something, I want to do it. I don't want to hear the negatives of something. I just want to hear the solutions and go forward.
I think a decision is something that you weigh over. You do a little research. Is this good? Is this bad? What happens if I do it this way? What happens if I do it the other way? Where intuition and instinct is that knee jerk, like, boop, got to do it.
Got to do it. Yeah.
Nope. This guy's a douchebag. That's intuition. I don't know it, but
and I've been through that, and there have been decisions I've made about people when I meet them right away that I really should have stuck to. Lisa up there said, "Oh, well, we'll catch Gary real quick." No, I guess we're going to catch Lisa real quick. Gary or Lisa or Gary or Lisa.
Oh my goodness gracious, Kent, you're killing me.
Lisa, if all decisions were based only on evidence and no change would happen,
then no change would happen.
I'm going to disagree with that. Change is the only true constant.
Gary,
based on evidence.
Right. Gary says instinct is innate and a hardwired tendency, such as biological instincts, such as survival or reproduction.
Okay.
Hardwired, for somewhat.
Hardwired.
I mean, it's something that is kind of.
And don't forget, folks, you can go ahead and just click this link. Then, heck, you don't have to type so much. You just come right in and talk with us. Have a cup of coffee with Giles and Gold this morning.
That's right.
You do not have the assignment of writing a book on the show, but you're welcome to.
Right.
We may not read the entire thing. Don says, intuition.
That's an
I. He just spelled wrong.
That's an I.
Is it an I?
Yeah.
Okay,
freaking glasses on here. Intuition.
He just says intuition. It looks like he's given the exact definition. It says direct perception of truth, fact, etc., independent of any reasoning process, immediate apprehension, instinct, a natural or innate impulse, inclination, or tendency.
So there's the difference.
All right, what dictionary did you read that out of?
Probably the Google definition.
Doesn't matter, Don, but if you'd like to go ahead and be the producer of the show, come on.
Right.
But yeah. And Gary then says, intuition is dynamic. It is an understanding of a situation without specific evidence at the point in time. Okay. Yeah, which is basically what we've been agreeing on. Shayna, decisions are a head thing.
I like that. Yeah.
Intuition more a heart thing. Good morning, Shayna. I will tell you this right now without discrediting what Shayna just said, because I agree with you, but I hate it. I truly cannot stand it. When people talk about heart as a form of emotion, emoting, or feeling, your heart is a freaking organ. It does not emote. That is your mind and your emotions and your center of being. It is part of your soul. Your heart is a freaking organ. Quit telling me people speak from the heart or act from the heart. Or I hate the phrase. I appreciate the sentiment because Kent, you've said this about me, that I am a kind-hearted fellow. Internally, I say outwardly, I say thank you. Internally, I'm going, how do you freaking know my organ is kind?
That's because you're still alive.
Because your heart's still pumping.
That's because you feed
alive.
that some bitch Twinkies daily. That's a kind heart, brother.
I actually did not
and
have
Pepsi. Look at it.
Yeah, I have Pepsi today. I did not have any Twinkies yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Oh, jeez. Nicole drops it.
Hashtag heartless.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I just.
So, yeah, that goes both ways. I mean, you call someone heartless, so what are they? It's not heartless. It would be what? Emotionless.
It's emotionless.
Emotionless, right?
Void of emotion, void of kindness.
But if you have a kind heart, but just being kind heart,
what is your mind?
You're a good person.
Huh?
Define your mind then.
Your mind is and of your thoughts, your comprehension. Your mind is not your brain. Your brain is a freaking organ.
That's right.
So you speak your mind. That's wonderful. I love that. And share your emotions. Don't. Now, I can be done with this rant.
I was going to say, I think we got going on the right thing there, Pete.
Yeah.
See, that's, and Lisa says, he's speaking intuitively, of course.
Yeah. Lisa says, your heart carries more electricity to the brain than your brain does. So, yes, your heart is the factor of those feelings. Again, no. No.
If you'd like to vote
It's
for
not
Pete,
actually. I don't. It's not actually your heart. It's actually your personality, and I mean,
Which
that
again,
makes you
And then
kind-hearted.
chakras. Yeah, don't
right?
even start with
Well,
chakras.
not even chakras,
Shana.
but just straight up. So a kind-hearted person just means that they are a good person, and that they have their emotion. Well, how do I want to say it? I mean, it's you're kind-hearted. To me, means you're down to earth. Means that you're an understanding. You're an emotionally
Means you're a pleasant
strong,
individual.
right? A pleasant individual. Kind-hearted means you're not a complete douche like some of these people out here today. That no matter what, everything's
No
wrong.
matter
their
what.
fault.
All right.
Like when
Cupid does not shoot an arrow through a heart.
Right.
when they just, as a matter of fact, I am a teacher. But
I'm not going to that one. Yeah.
We're not going into that. 'Cause
Congratulations.
We're doing that on another one.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but,
I love that. So is his response. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. You'll never be what
Just
you want to be.
fantastic.
That's
I love that response when people are, oh, congratulations, hey, that's fantastic for you.
Yep.
That-
Good
I'm
on
so
you.
happy for you on that.
Yeah.
But when
here
people
we go.
are being facetious that way, the organ of the heart responses to responses to the electrical response to an emotion. So yes, it is.
No, it's,
affects the-
yes.
Incorrect, Lisa. You just said the organ of the heart responds to the electrical. So it is responding to the emotions you are feeling. It does not create them. It does not. Physiologically, your organs respond to how you emote, how you feel.
What your inputs
when
are.
you're calm and when you're happy, your organs respond. There is a physiological occurrence, but it's not the organ creating that. The brain is an organ. Thoughts come from where? Thoughts come from the synapses that occur within your brain. And you can speak to this because you've read a lot on this.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I plead the fifth on that one.
We'll be back after
We'll
this.
be back after this. Yeah, break time, Pete. Hold on
Dude,
here.
That was our first show.
I understand.
So you could speak a lot on this, but our thoughts come from the mindfulness, the mind process. The brain is an organ. It operates that way. That's like saying your bladder doesn't create pee. It only processes fluid. But that's correct. Your bladder does not create the pee. What you put in your body does.
Well,
The water that your body retains creates that. Your bladder does, in fact, hold it. Your bladder is a holding function.
well, I'm gonna.
Now we've diverged greatly from intuition and decision into.
You started it. You started
I did.
it.
I
Uncle
did.
Pete all the time.
I didn't even
Look
have
at Don
to.
says my brain is tired of this conversation.
I didn't have to today.
Well,
you poked the bear on that
I
one.
did. I did. I poked the bear hard.
Yeah.
Actually, the bear poked me.
Yeah.
So the bear poked me.
But
Everybody.
yeah,
Oh,
Gary, the
geez.
bladder is just a tap.
There you
Bingo.
go. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's your kidneys.
Yeah, the kidney is the one that produces the urine. Bingo.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
And bless you all. I love you all.
Please do be aware. I in no way have ever really studied biology. I am not a medical professional in any way, shape, or form. And
Is it this is his?
actually, Lisa, that is incorrect. Please read Gary's.
You're making Kent cry
information.
over here, laughing so hard. So is it your
without the
decision to
kidneys.
pee, or is it your body's decision?
Oh,
to
it's
pee?
your body's. Well, here's the thing. Here's the
Right,
thing.
right.
Is it intuitive?
Now your
Is
body
it intuitive to pee
your-
or a decision?
probably instinctive, actually, because your body.
No, it's an automatic. It's an automatic process.
No.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I'm saying instinctive. It's built in. It's part of your organic body function process. So, and John says I should have followed my intuition and not allowed this morning.
Oh my goodness!
Because
yeah.
now she said this is the dumbest fucking conversation ever.
This is wonderful.
Excuse me.
Hey, anything from peanut butter? All right, here we go.
Now we're talking about how urine is processed. Gary, the 3 steps of urine production in the kidney are filtration, reabsorption, and secretion. Exactly correct. Lisa says, "OMG!" Now I'm feeling less
How the hell
sad
did we get on pee
that I stayed
from
out
decision?
late. and didn't get up. Because I had to throw a fit about the heart being an organ, and
he's
not
pissed off about having a kind heart. So we went to the kind heart to being pissed.
Again, I'm not.
It was his decision to go that direction.
It was a decision.
And why did you decide to do that? Because it was irritating.
Someone said speaking from the heart or something like that up there in the comments.
Yeah.
And that just irritates me. Because my organ heart does not speak. Can't go right ahead.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, for all the hundreds of thousands of people out there listening, please don't turn us off. You too could have a fantastic show like this on 21.6 The Net.
Yeah.
Please send
if you decide you want to do it.
Yeah, please send
what's the reason for your decision.
You've been sitting there wondering if what you know and what you could talk about could be a show. Obviously.
Right.
Doesn't take much here. Send all MP3s to 216thenet at gmail.com.
Do that. And obviously no experience is required. This is truly
trained professionals here.
Well,
I'll tell you what, with decision and intuition, you could actually play that into this weekend celebration of moms.
Oh, Nicole,
and we do. This is the best Mother's Day weekend show we could have.
Yeah,
right?
My heart loves you guys.
Well, and that's,
okay. I'm just going to say
Day.
thank you, Nicole Elizabeth. I'm going to let it go.
Right.
Son of a bitch.
Gary.
I'm watching the Formula One qualifying in 10 minutes, so we'll join you guys in next week's peace session. Shana just says, obviously. Lisa, my show tomorrow will be called Pete's Organ. Let's see what that gets.
Goodness, you guys are killing me this morning.
You
got my mind going so far off base.
Processed.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But,
my Lord.
Next
week, I have an intuition I'm going to pee soon, but my instinct says to do it in the toilet. I would think that would be actually your wisdom.
Yeah.
Because you've learned, you gain the knowledge about the toilet.
You gain the knowledge, you don't have to clean up the floor.
You don't have to, and so that would be.
All right, folks.
Wisdom.
So your intuition tells you that you should go out and buy your mom a gift.
That's right.
Right? And give her some flowers if she likes flowers. Make this weekend all about mom. Not even
it's your
just
decision whether you do it or not.
It's your decision whether you do it or not. And make you guys, ladies, gentlemen, friends, Romans, countrymen.
Lend you our ears.
Yeah, lend me your ears.
Hey.
Go out and do something nice for your mom, regardless of the situation your family has and the issues you may have, because we all have them. Give your mom some love this weekend. I don't care what's going on.
And I'm just going to throw this out there.
Uh-oh.
For all you single dads, you are not a mom. You do not play both roles. You are a single father. You get Father's Day. There you go.
Can we say that same thing on Father's Day?
I will.
In the reverse, please.
I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
Well, some mothers are, some moms are mothers.
Right. Some moms are
but,
mothers.
No, but seriously, and with the intuition, the decision thing, though, seriously, make the decision, no matter what's going on in your life, make the decision to be the bigger person. Send your mom a card, an email, flowers, stop by. Just don't let something that's happened in the past, whatever it is, ruin your future. Decide to change it, just like everyone else in this world should. Decide to change your future. Don't let the past continually guide you on a shitty route. It's your intuition, to have a better life. You have to also decide to make it a better life.
You do.
Right? No matter what your gut tells you, you still have to decide to listen to it.
You do. And being actually, here's a thing for you. Being happy is a decision.
Every day.
Being angry is a decision. And I have found through experience of my own that it takes far, far less energy to be happy.
Oh, I love this.
Well, it does. What is far less
less
thoughts to be happy? Because, to be sad, you have to think about all the crappy shit that's going on out there, or read on Facebook. Then you'll be unhappy.
And then, if you choose to be.
Into a certain point, but people decide, right? They decide that they want to go on Facebook and look, and they start seeing everyone else's, glamour shots, if you will.
But again, we had that conversation. You have to decide that upsets you, and that's still very difficult for me to fathom.
You have a different mindset than a lot of people, Pete.
Maybe I do.
You do, and that's a good thing. And I wish more people kind of had your mindset, but a lot of people decide literally to allow that stuff to creep into their life and piss them off, or make them view their life a little bit differently. Or maybe I can't say decide. They're allowing it to. They're allowing it to. It's not deciding. They're allowing it to.
I agree with you on that.
Me as well. I mean, Kent said he got rid of his Facebook. Me as well, and I've got a pretty decent life.
Shayna asks, "Do you think your wives are more intuitive than yourselves?" I think my wife probably could be if she let herself go that way, but she doesn't. She likes the what she knows. She likes the hypothesis. She likes the fact of the matter in front of her. She's learning a little bit more to be more aware of her intuition and her feelings as things come in. But at the moment, I would probably say in my case, I'd probably say I'm more intuitive.
Well, with the answer to the Shayna's question, though, is do I think my wife is more intuitive than me? In certain instances, hell yeah. It just depends on what we're talking about. If we're talking about our kids or, certain things with the businesses, yeah. But if you're talking, what my forte is, business, ideas, cars, houses, I'm definitely more intuitive or instinctual in that. But when it comes to raising kids or, right versus wrong is kind of a tough one. But, I think she always tells me, what other people are going to think and how they're going to view it. So she's more intuitive or instinctual as to how that's going to come across. For me, once again, forgiveness versus, I'm asking for forgiveness instead of, approval. And so her instinct kicks in, or, intuition says, you don't do that. This is what's going to happen. And for me, it's like, well, I'm going to find out what's going to happen because I just want to do it because I can.
Here's what I'll say.
I decide to just kind of throw the ball in the ring and go wherever it goes.
Here's what I'll say. I think the male species is more intuitive. We've had to be throughout the centuries as we were being chased by giant lizards and saber tooths and things like that. We were a little bit more intuitive.
I think we're more instinctual.
I think that the wives of women, right, are far more logical and make better decisions.
I would call that more instinctual than intuitive. The men's instinct is to go out and to run from that saber-toothed tiger or to kill that saber-toothed tiger because you need to eat. The lady's intuition is saying, you better be careful because he's going to be chasing you down. If you don't have a sharpened spear, you're in trouble.
But see, you just answered his thing. But the instinct that was developed has later become now at this point, I think, as Kent is pointing out, our intuition, which goes back to that fight or flight response. I am in a situation that I have absolutely no prior knowledge of. My knee-jerk reaction is to what? Is it to fight? And in fight, I'm being incredibly overly broad, but to deal with, address, confront, even if it's an incredibly mild confrontation, and that could even just simply be acceptance. Or is it to run away, go away, avoid? Now, avoidance. Now, here's a thing that I will do, and I've talked about this before with other folks and even with people on different shows. I actually, if I'm in a situation I find very uncomfortable or that I do not want to be in, I do forward thinking internally. I take myself mentally out of the moment that I'm in, and I think, okay, within 1 hour, I will be doing this, or I will be doing something else that is different than the moment that I'm in, which helps me get through the moment that I'm in, that I am not enthusiastic about. And I'm putting that incredibly mildly. So, because it's not something that I do, generally that's something I reserve for something that's causing me a great deal of stress internally. So I just forward think, which is avoidance. So that's part of the flight process.
Is that what avoidance is part of the flight?
I'm very zen.
You're very zen, are you?
I try to stay in the moment.
I try to too.
I try not to get out over my skis.
Yeah, I fight myself nonstop about that. But I still, with what Kent said, though, I still think that's instinct, not intuition. Instinct is what kicks in when you're in that moment. Intuition, I think, comes before that moment. My intuition tells me that I need to go out today and be extra careful when hunting. My instinct, when I get out there, guides me on what to do and how to do it without even thinking twice. Because to me, instinct is actually something that's not thought about. It's just an automatic.
If you had never, ever been hunting before, I would agree with you. However, if you have been a prior hunter and you thought, today I better be extra careful because where I'm going may have this, and this, to me, that's just wisdom. That's just knowledge.
That's wisdom, but that's not intuition.
It's not intuition. But if you have never, ever hunted.
That would be a decision you would make to be extra careful.
Yeah.
Right? But it's not.
So it wouldn't necessarily be intuition at that point.
No, it's a decision, but it's also an instinctual decision.
Well, right.
So let's throw it down on that one. It's an instinctual decision.
So according to what Don and Gary said, intuition is an understanding of a situation without specific evidence at that point. Don says direct perception of truth, fact, etc., independent of any reasoning process. So intuition is, I better go out hunting because we're probably going to run out of food.
Right.
At some point. I don't have the fact that we are ever going to run out of food because I've got a T-Rex in my cave.
Yeah.
Right. But my intuition says maybe this isn't.
But is that your intuition that you need to go out and?
Yeah, it's not based on fact, or it's just right. It's an understanding of a situation without any specific evidence.
Correct.
But the specific evidence would be that without any specific evidence would be that you don't have
any
food. You see your food running low.
So your specific evidence though would be my food is running low, or oh well, son of a gun, how about that? I'm out of food. I wonder what I should do now. And so you're sitting around staring at your empty plate or your empty rock, if you're a caveman, going, well, damn, I can't eat the rock. I wonder what this dirt tastes like. Tried. I
don't have no teeth left.
Maybe I gummed that rock to death. But, you could lick a rock. I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Well, I would actually recommend licking a rock and licking dirt just to see what it's like. Put you in touch with the environment. It's not horrible. Actually, do something really weird. Lay down on the ground and stare at a section of earth about one by one for like 10 minutes and just stare at it and see all the different things that you see and the perceptions that you see.
It's bad.
It's really bad. Make a decision.
It's bad tick season.
It is horrible. Oh my God, I've already pulled like 10 ticks off my dogs.
Yeah, just letting you know.
Really?
It's
they're really
crazy.
bad.
I can't believe it. I mean, I usually deal with it with my one dog, Ellie. She's my English Shepherd, which she goes everywhere.
She's been on the air.
Yeah, she's been on the air. She goes everywhere with me. And we always go out running or biking out in the forests, and I come home and I just blow her off with my air hose to get, rid of any crap that's on her. I found 10 on her already. I had one on her eyelid the other day. I'm like,
good grief.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why they're so bad. The winter was a pretty cold winter.
Yeah.
That's usually the determining factor of how much ticks are going to be here. But those damn ticks decided to jump on my dog.
It's a government plot.
They didn't. It wasn't an intuition to get on the dog. It was a decision to jump on my dog.
Maybe.
They planted all these ticks to get over.
Yeah, Lisa says, Shayna says like reflexes, maybe. Maybe. Lisa says, hey guys, look, squirrel, the topic bouncing. Yes, it does. It does bounce.
That's
the joy. And that's the whole.
That's the joy of the grounds.
That's the joy of the grounds. Yeah, there's no set thing unless you want to just keep us nailed down to it. But
welcome to.
We decided, Lisa, to let it jump around.
Yeah.
And that was our decision, instinctual or intuition. We let it happen.
We let it happen.
And there, out.
Just keep the bus going. That's all. So,
and see, my intuition said today could probably be a good show on the grounds.
Right.
Evidence has proven otherwise.
Right. Well, right. Well, it's funny. I
didn't say my intuition was correct.
Right.
I got to go back. I got to go back to that point that you actually said earlier about the happiness thing.
Yeah.
Because we literally, absolutely do decide when we wake up what it's going to be for us. We've all got our issues. We've all got stuff going on.
Yeah.
Certain things are in our control. Certain things aren't. The whole serenity prayer of, grant me the wisdom to, know the things that I can't change and not worry about it and worry about the things I can change. And, I don't know the exact quotes on that, but you literally do decide when you wake up, if you're going to be happy or crappy day.
Yeah.
Whether you're going to let what's going on in your life get you down or if you're going to kind of try to move past it.
Yeah.
So
And as trite and as goofy as it sounds and it seems, is my men's room downstairs, when I open the door to walk out of it, there's a little sign on the wall that just says, "Today is a good day for a good day."
right,
So it's the first, after I get ready for my morning, that's the first thing I see.
and that's
Today is a good day for a good day.
hopefully it gets buried into your unconscious,
Yeah.
so it constantly
That's
pick that
why
up.
it's there.
Right,
So,
right.
because it is. You can decide. And Lisa says, "Yes, Scott, that was quite the mic drop moment."
Oh Jesus!
There
So are
you
we
go.
talking about the ticks again?
Yeah, we're talking about the ticks again.
I it could be, but no, I agree with you. It's
Don,
happiness is so much easier than anger, so much easier than sadness. I
not
have
a lot of
found.
thought process has to
But
go
now,
into it.
to be fair, I use that excuse to avoid anger, to avoid. It's easier for me to just say, I don't want to be angry about this right now. I don't want to be sad about this right now, because that takes a lot of energy for me to be angry, to be sad. Frustration comes and goes really quickly for me. I've learned to kind of let frustration go, but that also tends to be an avoidance method of mine as well. So I don't like feelings. I don't like emotions. I don't like.
Wonder what happened
The
to you
negative ones.
that's
So he's got a cold heart. Then
So
if he doesn't like feelings,
maybe he's just heartless.
heart.
So-
No,
Well,
he's got a heart
I'm-
because he's
I'm-
pumping, he's moving.
I'm a ginger, so that obviously.
Oh, does that
means
mean
I'm-
something? Now you're stereotyping yourself as
yes,
a ginger.
Because gingers don't have souls, is what we're told.
Oh my God, that explains my wife. Sorry,
So-
honey.
So
Gingers have no soul, huh?
that's the lore. Lisa, it is always good to have a positive view, but that does not always mean to experience happiness. Don, they are better behaved when you are on screen, balls. What's that about?
Uh,
Because Don's not on
It is
today.
so
Yeah.
dusty in here today that air kicked on, or the heat
Yeah.
kicked on today.
All frustration is self-induced. Well, of course it is, because you're thinking about it. You're deciding it.
Yeah,
Uh-oh, honey.
that's true.
You're deciding to let it
Deidre
bother you.
says,
you
"I'm not
just
a
poked the
ginger."
lioness.
I just poked the lioness. I'm not a ginger. ... Okay, I know I said I was sorry right away.
Well, here's the thing.
Where's the link, Deke?
Deidre, I think you're really cool. I really, truly do. And I believe you referred to yourself as a strawberry blonde, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what she considered herself to be?
Yeah, I think she did say that.
Strawberry and ginger are two different fruits.
Ginger's not a fruit.
Ginger's
It's
not a
root.
fruit anyway.
Yeah, it's a
It's-
root.
It's something you eat when you have sushi.
That's right.
I hate to
Or
break
a
it
well dressed lady on Gilligan's Island.
to you, but even being a strawberry blonde means you have ginger in you. So you're a ginger. And if you've got freckles, no matter what color your hair is, you got some ginger in you. So there you go.
I didn't say it. He did.
Yeah, my children are all part ginger.
Hey, Deke, there's no link on
And,
the site they're saying.
Yeah, there
Oh,
is.
I don't know.
is.
Don
It's-
said
it's,
there's
it's
not
way
one.
up there.
Listen, you were on first.
Don,
you
you were up
now.
there.
I'm just going to roll through the very first posts.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Very first post.
Good
There's-
morning.
Go. Good morning.
gents.
Very
StreamYard.
second, and this one was at 7:30. Right and he was in right when we went live.
Yeah, like
At
right.
7:32, we post this.
Yeah.
Now, if we were going down a timeline,
Well, look there.
that's what it would be.
Look there.
Yeah.
Look there.
Okay.
There
At
you
7:32, I
All
posted this.
Well, that was your decision to post it.
That
go.
was.
Don has walked in the door.
So-
Oh, we have new comments
All
as
right.
well. What are we commenting? And
I'm a fruit,
Okay.
not a spice. Well, no, you are spice, honey. You are a
Shayna,
spice.
now that
Don.
you're calm about the hard thing,
No, Shayna, go away from that. I actually want
what
to
about the stories of people that received a heart transplant that also received memory? And we can talk about cellular memory transference at any point in time you like.
That's next week.
That we can do that next week, but that actually occurs at a DNA level. Memory transference occurs at a DNA level, and DNA comes with those organs, and that actually I know this much about, but I do know that is actually a DNA transference thing. Then Deidre says, I'm a fruit, not a spice. You know,
She's spicy.
she's spicy.
She's spicy. She's
Okay.
she is
cool.
a very
I like
spicy.
she is a very she is a very instinctual and very intuitive person.
She's cool.
I
don't know her that well, but
she is
I like
cool.
her. She's cool.
Everybody that she meets likes her.
And Lisa says there is
Well,
cellular memory and muscle memory, and I do agree. Lisa, I do agree. And Don is sitting there very quietly, very patiently. I think he just wanted to share his beautiful face with us and everybody else this morning.
That's it. Yeah.
Because,
Shayna,
but
I felt I needed to answer the call with Shayna there. So
Yeah.
So there you go. I appreciate that. And then real quick, Don, before we let you go and answer her call, Lisa says people experience it often, even with deep tissue massage. And so when you get your deep tissue massaged, you release memories and or emotions.
Emotions. Emotions, I think for sure. I don't know about memories, but that's another topic for another
Don.
day.
So deep tissue, massaging deep tissues, and the cellular DNA memory. Done.
I don't even know where to. I'd like to go back to the beginning.
Right?
I think everybody would today.
This has been
Let me reset with a question for you two fine gentlemen, and then that behind the scenes producer. Do you find yourself, as human nature, we tend to make very snap, I don't know, judgments is too strong, but we create an impression in our mind almost the second we meet someone. I call that intuition. I've always felt that I have good intuition when I initially meet someone, but for me, it's very important not to just say that intuition is right, but to validate it, to check it, things of that nature. Do you think that, how good is your intuition when you meet other people, if you've done a good job of evaluating whether you're, or did you just stick to the initial impression and never even give it another thought?
For me, I think my intuition when I meet people, is pretty spot on. I can read people fairly well. Obviously, you're going to get those times that people, can kind of dupe you a little bit. But for me, I feel like I can genuinely tell what a person is, or at least if they're bullshitting me, because I'm a pretty damn good bullshitter myself. So, I can call that out. I am a salesman by nature. That's been not my claim to fame, but that's my thing is I'm a salesman. I can talk, I can tell you, I can inform you. And so you pick up on those cues. And I'm very intuitive when talking to somebody and can tell if they're trying to throw me a line of bullshit or if they're really being sincere. So, have I been wrong before? Of course, but I'm definitely more right than wrong. And I'm more of a type of person that will give a person, the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that, especially maybe they're having a shitty day, so they are going to have to put off a little bit different energy, than they would in their normal circumstances. I know I do,
Yes. If you're not having a good day and your energy is off or bad, that's easy to pick up on. And I think I experience things very similarly to you, just in a different way, in that when anybody who walks into my space, I can feel people right away. And it just, I don't like it, because when I meet people that I know that I'm not going to enjoy, it feels really kind of gross. And I can just tell.
That's an instinct that you're feeling.
No, it's energy. I can feel the energy, and it's Lisa calls it a woo-woo thing, and anybody can call it whatever you want. I have very large personal space. I've had to learn to live with it. And certain people walk into it, and it's just gross.
That's why he's not a hugger.
And no, I don't. I can't stand hugging people.
Oh, he is an open mouth kisser, though. After you get to know him, it's weird.
That's between you two. That's your guys' decision.
That throws everybody off.
Right. That changes the squirrel.
You got a pretty man.
Squirrel.
Well, I just think it's an interesting thing because and who knows what it is. We tend to people tend to have a vibe about them, and so I think we read those things, whatever that vibe is. And
well, that's the energy or the aura that Pete's talking about. Everybody has that. Everybody has that, and you can read that right away.
yeah, I
But
agree.
that changes with your decision when you wake up, or what you're doing, how you're deciding to come across. Granted, we've got other stuff that we're dealing with, but that energy or that aura, I definitely feel in people, just like Pete's talking about, and Lisa can obviously, attest
Kent's
to that.
on fire.
This may come as a surprise, but
Uh-oh.
I'm ready.
I
to be surprised.
basically love everybody I meet until they give me a reason not to.
You don't say.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I do that would surprise you.
Right. Well, that's kind of you're a
Like, hey,
you're a
come
salesman
on
like me
in.
too.
Come on
right,
in.
come on
Let's
in, sit
have a
right
little
down, let's hear the
kumbaya.
good news, right?
Yeah.
And that's for me too. Is I don't want to say I love everybody, but I'm
I
open
love
to everybody. It's a little bit too strong to say I love everybody, but I'm very open to everybody, and I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt until you prove me wrong.
Yeah, I like to say I love everybody, but I don't like everybody, Scott.
Okay, I got you.
I tell you, I love everybody, but if we're in a picture together, I'm looking at me first.
I believe that.
Like, is your head
100%.
shining?
I believe that 100%. Yeah.
But here's the cool
Man, I
thing.
look
Well,
good in that one.
Starts
Oh,
good with
with Scott.
self-love.
I truly admire
Who's
that.
the ugly one?
Ugly might grab you quicker than beauty. Because
Ugly could be
is,
intuition.
ugly is very interesting though too.
Ugly can slap you right upside the face.
That's
Ugly
right.
can. It can, like a brick, but it's much more interesting, I think, too, than beauty. Here, I'm gonna get to that, Lisa, in just a second. I really truly admire Kent and Don's ability to. I do believe they have a genuine love for people. I enjoy people. I don't love them.
Mm-hmm.
Love for me is a very, very reserved thing. To me, that's a very strong. It's a very strong emotion. And I enjoy people. I sincerely appreciate people that I come to know. But there are people that, unlike Kent, I'm going to wait till I hear. First, I'm going to feel you, and then I'm going.
You can get
to,
arrested if you're
He's
not.
HR. He's talking. He's talking.
I'm talking energy.
Okay.
First, I'm going to be
Let me
aware
feel you
of
before
your
I love you.
energy.
Come on in for an interview. First,
With
I
his heart.
feel you.
He's going to do it with his heart, too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Not yeah.
That was his decision.
I'm going
by
to
the
first feel you and then
I
speak
think
from
I'm
the
just
heart.
gonna. I think I'm just gonna read Lisa.
Feel you and speak
Yeah.
from the heart.
People's fields change and expand and contract. Pete, at some point in life, locked his in largely around himself as a survival mechanism. Perhaps others may feel him as unapproachable, misunderstanding that they feel his field, not his feelings, and that's probably quite possible. I do have to be mindful to be approachable. I have to remember to be approachable, to be open in that regard in dealing with people, to be a little bit more gregarious than probably more than probably my normal level would probably be in engaging.
Your
folks.
personal
So
space is your protection zone.
it is, but it's very big.
Right.
This-
Well, and that's
it's very.
so. There's
big.
something I'm assuming in your past that's caused you to have a very protective of yourself. Maybe you let somebody in too soon in time and they screwed you over it.
And his area is the Midwest of the United States. It's a very large.
my area,
right?
my area.
But what Lisa's
Watch out
saying
for
is
my
that
area.
right, well, you may your stuff may change, your field may change depending on the person and the energy you're getting off of them.
I wish it did.
I think it does because you tell me, like every time you tell me about how you are as far as standoffish and not a sharing person or caring, but around me, you're pretty open. You know what I mean? You feel, I think
because
you
your
feel-
energy is good.
Right, so you're
the
changing
first
your
time
field.
I met you. I'm not changing my field. You're just in it, and I know that I can be open and appreciate you, and I do. I enjoy talking with you. I enjoy spending time with you. You're a good person, and I can tell that innately just by the energy you put off. Ken says, Rusty Moore, it's in the blood, Pete. That's my cousin. Rusty.
be
It
DNA.
may well be. It may well be in the blood. I am iron deficient. Although, no, not now because I take iron supplements.
Yeah.
Shayna
Because it carries more
yeah.
oxygen to the brain.
Yeah. Shayna says, I usually find something to appreciate in people, but rarely, every once in a while, there is an instant dislike. It's kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
They're putting off, when you have that instant dislike, because I think we all have that, there is a bad energy. I mean, there are people that put off, you can just feel that there's just something not right about them, and that's instinctual. And I don't think that would be considered intuitive, right? I guess your intuition will tell you that, that energy is bad, that there's something there to be, leery of. And that's
the one that I have to watch for, and that's, Scott, is if I ever make a snap judgment that's not positive, it's if I recognize like pride or hubris or arrogance in someone. That's the one that I have to step back and say, okay, give them a chance to prove that's not what they are. But that's, to Shayna's point, when someone just immediately comes off as just completely arrogant, or the first 20 seconds you meet them, all they do is talk about themselves or something along those lines. That's the one that I have to kind of catch myself and take a step back and say, okay, maybe that's just the way they're starting today. But that's the one time that I get a bad aura, using that word, is when people just come off.
See, now I keep throwing intuition out there over instinct. That's your body instinctually saying, hey, something's a little, askew here.
It's intuition. It's not, well, I guess there's some evidence if they're just talking about themselves, but no, it is more of a gut reaction to someone. And it might just be the way they present themselves. It might be a couple words they say. And again, I think it's important. We all make those kinds of instant intuition kind of snap judgments. It's just important that we don't just run with those, because again, when I meet you for the first time, you may be just in a different place for that 10 minutes than you are 100% of the time otherwise.
Right. And that's important to remember, because I feel, and I don't know so much because I don't meet myself very often, but I do feel like, in some instances I do come off, prideful and I don't want to say arrogant, but because I do, like a lot of people, I do like to talk about me. I like to talk about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. And I don't do that. I don't decide to do that, like to make someone feel worse about themselves. For me, perfect example is like when I met Pete's wife for the first time, I shared with her quite a bit because I feel so comfortable with Pete. Right. Well, but it was just one of those things. It's, hey,
she's never been the same.
Right. She hasn't, probably. But I feel so comfortable with Pete. We have such a good relationship.
She's in therapy now, right, Ken?
Yeah.
No, but at the same time, you were very kind, and I sincerely appreciated that. But yeah, she's learning more and more at this point in her life about being around people and being more open. And by the way, Lisa, thank you very much. It was very nice of you to say.
I just want to read what Shayna said, because I think it's a great point, because she always comes with great points. How often we get burned by not following that first impulse. I really believe that. Again, it's an interesting balance. You don't want to be unfair to people, but boy, if I get an immediate kind of bad vibe, I will be a little more careful. Because I've learned to trust my intuition when I meet people, and more times than not, it has served me well. But again, you want to make sure that you're being fair.
You don't need to put that.
Rub you the wrong way, but I think that I do trust that intuition when I meet people, but then I trust and verify. Maybe it's the best way to put it.
Hopefully.
And Don, it's okay to rub people the wrong way every once in a while if you don't want them to.
Not in public, for Christ's sake.
Not in public again.
Speaking of rubbing people the right way,
Fantasy Factory, 818 Front Street in McHenry. You can rub anything, but go get Mom something this weekend, because we do have a special sale. Yeah, we have a Mother's Day sale. Not to change it, but we're going to throw another ad out there for Fantasy Factory here in McHenry. That we do have 10% off basically everything in the store for Mom, and then for Cannabis as well, CBD bath products, anything to help Mom relax, enjoy herself. Guys, girls, everybody, make sure you're just giving Mom all the love in the world every day. But this weekend, make sure that you please don't forget about them, whether you're with them in spirit or next to them, or just give them a call, shout out, however you can contact them. Just do it. It's especially with how this whole last year has been for everybody. You know,
my Mother's Day card. Actually
decide to be the better
Monday.
person. Yeah, decide to be the better person.
Of course, my wife did remind me I had to pick up Mother's Day cards, but yeah, they did go out. And Lisa did say a little earlier, arrogance is a huge sign of insecurities. It's a way of making people feel uncomfortable to challenge you and see what you don't want them to see. She also says you are suggesting we bring out you are suggesting we bring out Mother a Bob for Mother's Day? Bob? Who's Bob?
Bring your own bottle.
Bob?
Boyfriend on batteries.
Oh, there you go. Boyfriend on batteries. I go with that. Is that really what it is? Or is that just your quick mind?
It must be what it really is.
Pete's dumbfounded. Look at him. You can see his face right now. He's just like a deer in headlights. He's a deer in headlights.
Battery operated boyfriend.
Oh, battery operated. Sorry.
Boyfriend.
We're not giving Deke credit for having a quick mind this morning. That's not going to happen.
Nothing.
Like a robo boyfriend or something?
Yeah, something.
Robo.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little pocket lover.
Robot
Mhm.
Bob.
Yeah. But
Oh!
Wow.
he's here, lols.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding, lols.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome to
No,
the
I-
grounds.
I actually-
216 the net.
I
Most
actually thought
Yeah, most of them.
I actually thought that I was catching up to you guys on that area of mindset because
Not
I've
so
been
much.
around you for now, a little over year and a half, 2 years, and evidently not so much.
We're trying to rub off you. No pun
And
intended.
Deidre does make a good point. Most of them are USB chargeable now. So
Rechargeable.
Yes, yeah. Most of the Bobs
Yeah.
are not Bobs anymore.
Not
They're rechargeables. Rechargeabobs.
rechargeable.
Rechargeabobs.
Sorry, Shane, I haven't delivered. For
Robs,
the entire
they're
program on
Robs.
the show, yeah.
Oh, Shayna said, would that be a heartfelt gift? Well, I don't know if the heart's feeling it, but it might make the heart happy. And that's a decision.
Shayna, you're not
you have
helping.
to
You're
decide
not
for
helping,
yourself,
Shayna. You asked me to come in here, Shayna, and get this under control, and then look at yourself. I tell you.
Oh man, Lisa says I'm feeling much more warped now than I did when I woke
So-
up.
That's good.
So,
hey.
I want to put this out there. Just a little recap for those of you just tuning in here to the grounds this morning. The topic of the grounds was intuition and decisions. Now, if you can't see, let me just do this.
Uh-oh. He's jumping
This
up in
is-
front of the camera.
This is okay.
This is
Yeah.
what-
This is
Can't-
a flow chart.
I can't flow chart. Oh, my God.
a flow chart of where the
Yeah,
conversation.
I
is
actually have a flow
going.
chart of
Later
the
today.
conversation. So it was intuition and decisions, and then it went into a great discussion on organs and talk how pee was made. Came back to intuition and decisions, which led to discussing Mother's Day, which is wonderful.
Which is the most important.
Which then we talked our wives more intuitive than the hosts, which then got us into talking about cave people hunting with sticks and stones and ticks, which then came back to happiness, and then a discussion on gingers down to cellular memory, and then Don entered in.
So
And
our
he
show
brought
is
it-
canceled. Thank you for listening.
So Don entered in, and then it brings it back to intuition and discussions, which leads to energy fields and adult toys for Mother's Day.
That is a
brings you-
well-rounded
Which brings you up
Show.
to current time.
That's a well-rounded show. That just shows that we should actually change the name of the grounds to the squirrel.
It is
Yeah,
peanut
we-
butter to politics, right?
Squirrel right there.
That's
So,
right. We did have a plan.
Yeah, we had a plan. We
That's
had a
right.
plan.
But that's
This
a
is-
nice.
it was just not a well laid plan.
That's the joy of the grounds.
Yeah.
It gets a
But
little
that's what it
dirty.
does.
The water gets in there and burgles and muckles it up. And
I mean, you can't have coffee without getting the water dirty. It's just the way it works.
sounds like my
Muddies
marriage.
the water.
Sounds like my marriage.
Don't say anything, Scott. You'll regret
That's
it.
right. Just smile
Oh,
and
that
nod.
was my
Just smile and nod. Happy Mother's Day.
water and mud, huh?
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's essentially what coffee is.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
That's what I call mud.
and coffee is stuff off a tree.
Yeah, we're
and
down
water.
to the bottom
Yeah.
minute here.
Bottom
About a
minute,
minute.
folks.
Oh,
Bottom
no.
minute. Always join us 7:30 a.m. Central right here on the grounds with Scott Giles, myself, Uncle Pete, and our amazing, wonderful producer Kent Jones, and of course all the folks that join us. Don is a wonderful, wonderful fella. In all seriousness, I Don is one of my favorite people. I truly appreciate you, Don. Thank you so much.
Likewise,
Lisa, Shayna, and Nicole, Elizabeth,
Gary.
and Gary, and all the other people, Deidre, everybody who jumps in on this. I thank you so much for sharing your time with us.
Yeah, guys, it's really
It
important
actually means a lot.
that that we really appreciate you joining in with us. And if you ever have any ideas or topics you want us to hit up on, just go ahead and send it on in. We'll put it together. And remember, give us the good news and go get Mom some good Mother's Day love.
Yeah, absolutely. And from all of us here at 216 of the Net, please, all you mums out there, have a great Mother's Day. Hopefully it is blessed for you. We'll see you next week right here.
Hey, everybody.
All right, everyone. Have a great week. And,
I applaud you all.